emojis in the chat, pimps. Crying emojis in the chat. Oh my lord. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video. That's right, folks. And I wanted to do a quick video on I should actually come up with the title for this series. Maybe call it the Divorce Arc Chronicles or the Divorce Arc Files. I need a name for a segment. So if you're in the comments and you're watching this video, drop a comment, let me know what I should call this segment, because it seems like it's a daily segment. Now, what exactly is this segment? Well, apparently DSP continues to expose himself and actually reveals, you know, he's leaving us breadcrumbs here, exposing that Divorce Arc is in full effect. That's right. Phil made just a comment, off the cuff comment, that of course when I heard made me think, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Something fishy is going on here. Something weird is going on here. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, DSP was talking about gas mileage in his car and how often he actually fills his gas tank up. And when I heard the numbers, I got very suspicious. Phil apparently says that he only fills his gas tank up maybe once every month and a half or 2 months. Now, that is weird. I don't give a shit how much of a hermit you are. It's very difficult in 2026 to believe that someone drives so little, someone leaves the house so often, that they're only filling up their gas tank, excuse me, they're only filling up their gas tank once every one and a half months to 2 months. I'm sorry, that makes no sense. And I know you might say, well, Doody, DSP has a very small car, it's very gas efficient, to some extent, but anyway. What I decided to do was I'm going to play the clip, and then I got some numbers to run by you guys, and then I want you guys to make up your own mind, and make up your mind on whether or not this is yet again another segment where DSP exposes the truth that Fat Cat is gone. She's left the Snort Fort. She's no longer there. And yeah, so let me know. So I'm going to play this clip, and then I got some numbers to crunch. And yeah, like I said, do me a favor, drop a comment. We're going to need a name for this segment, because it seems like every day we have one of these segments. The other day, what was it? Yesterday, the day before, I made a video where he said something off the cuff, which exposed again that Cat's not there. And here, yet again, another little sound bite. So let's get into it.
When I buy an electric vehicle, you can just install a charger in your garage and save mucho dinero off of not needing the use of gasoline. I think I fill my gas tank once every month and a half. No lie. I don't really care about the cost of gasoline.
Okay, so in this segment, Phil's talking about potentially getting a hybrid or whatever, getting an electric vehicle, and he said, "Oh, why do I need to do that? I don't drive anyway. I fill my gas tank up once every 1.5 to 2 months." Okay, so I said to myself, all right, well, let's look at the information out there, right? So of course, Doody decided to do a little Googling, and just to let you know, I'm very familiar with this vehicle, the 2017 Corolla. I myself have a 2017 Camry, very similar. So it's the better vehicle. It's a nicer vehicle, right? But anyway, I'm you know, we're not. That's neither near here or there. I'm very familiar with that model, with Corollas and so on. That's all I just wanted to state, right? So, of course, Doody decided to do a little bit of digging, and I crunched some numbers. So let's crunch some numbers here, folks. So I'll make this a little bit bigger so that you guys can see. As you can see here, all right, so the first thing I did was I said to myself, okay, well, how often does DSP Cat leave the Snort Fort? And it's not often, okay? So that might be a plus on Phil's side. So I said, all right, well, let me crunch numbers. So we know that Cat goes to work, right? Apparently, Cat has a part-time job. And she works, and from what I gather, she works about 15 hours a week, about 5 days a week, because it looks like she gets about 2 days off of a week, right? You know, probably doing 15 hours total, whatever, right? But she does leave the house minimum 5 days a week, right? So the drive from the Snort Fort to the mall is roughly about 5 miles. According to information that's out there, she works at a mall. I'm not going to say which one. But I decided to go in and Google it, and it's 5 miles, right? So every time she takes a trip to work, right, from the Snort Fort to the mall, she drives 5 miles. And 5 5 miles. And she does that 5 times a week. So we're going to get 25 miles. So right there, just going to the Snort Fort to the mall, it's 25 miles. Now, she has to return eventually to the Snort Fort, you know, the colt. She has to return back to the fold. So what I did was I totaled that would be another 5 miles per day. So in total, it would be 25 miles. So just on going for Kat, just going to work and coming back, she's putting in 50 miles a week on the vehicle. 50 miles, okay, which isn't a lot. That's not a lot, but still, she's putting 50 miles. And then we know that Phil goes out at least once a week. And it's typically to Costco or to the store. It doesn't matter. It's either Costco or Fred Meyer's or whatever, right? According to Phil. So that's about 5 miles. It's roughly about 5 miles to his house, right? So that's once a week. So he puts in a total of 5 miles a week to go to Costco or Fred Meyer's. And then driving back is another 5 miles. So in total, as much as we know, these are just 4 instances where Phil's actually in a vehicle. I'm assuming they drive more than that, but again, we don't know because Phil doesn't tell us. So these are 4 times Phil goes into the car, or Kat goes into the car, drives to work, whatever comes back, right? So if we break that out for the month, right, it's a total of 48 times DSP or Kat drives the vehicle in a given month for a total of 240 miles. That's right. So at a minimum, DSP and Kat, air quote Kat, they're putting these 240 miles on their car every month, right? All right. So I said, okay, that's very low. That sounds very low. It does. But of course, these 2 people don't go anywhere, which makes sense. So 240 miles. And again, that is being conservative. I'm being conservative with those totals, and I'm not including the pet store, the dump run, and whatever else Phil has to do in the week, which isn't much, right? So this is the bare minimum. So 240 miles a month, right? All right. And Phil just said he fills up his tank once every month and a half, okay? All right. So I pulled up the 2017 Corolla. Sorry, I didn't mean to put Camry. Corolla, right? And I said, all right, well, what's the gas mileage? So on average, the gas mileage, it states it's 25 miles to the gallon. Actually, it's about 20. I have the Camry. My Camry says that it's 25. It's not 25. It's less than that. It's about 20. It's about 18 miles to the gallon. So the Corolla is a little bit smaller. So I'm going to estimate actually that it's 20 miles. So I did look up a car for him, and I did confirm this. So the average miles per gallon for the Corolla is about 20 actually, average 20. Okay, but let's use the regular, what the manufacturer says. So the manufacturer says that combined is 25 miles to the gallon. His tank is 12 gallons. He has 12 gallons in that vehicle. So in total, he has a range of about 300 miles on his vehicle. Now this doesn't account for stopping in traffic, waiting for, it doesn't account for sitting in your car, waiting it for warm up or whatever. It doesn't count any of that. This is strictly just if you drive, you can get a total of 300 miles, right? But of course, we all know that that's not real life. These are just numbers. If you put this car up on a rack and you let it run, nonstop, yeah, you'll probably clock 300 miles. You probably will. But of course, in real life, it's way less than that. So the average drive, or the average, miles per gallon and everything for a Corolla is actually 20 miles per the gallon, right? The gas tank stays the same. It is 12 gallons. But the total mileage really is 240 miles. That's what the average is. So DSP wants us to believe that he drives only a total of about 240 miles a month, right? But yet he fills up his tank once every 1.5 or 2 months. That makes no sense. The only way for that to actually occur is if Kat isn't there and she's not driving the Snort Fort. That's right. Kat moved out. She's not living with Phil. She has her own vehicle, or Tyrone is driving her or whatever. Something weird is going on here. You don't make those comments and basically say that, you only fill your tank up once every 1.5 months or every 2 months. That doesn't make any sense. So either Phil, you literally stay home and do absolutely nothing, or Kat doesn't live there. Kat doesn't live there. And I'm starting to suspect that Kat doesn't live there. So since Kat doesn't live there, she doesn't have to drive your vehicle. Ergo, you don't have to fill up your tank every so often. And that's how you can fill up your tank once every, 1.5 to 2 months, right? Again, that's just my theory. I'm just putting it out there using Phil's words and also using logic and using hard facts, hard numbers. What do you think? Couple this with the fact that the other day he exposed himself again when he made a comment. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday when I posted the video. I actually posted the video where we had DSP actually literally saying, he actually literally said that hold on a second. Let me pull it up because I want to make sure I quote it correctly. I don't want to misquote myself. So yesterday, let's see here. Oh yeah, I remember where DSP apparently loses visitation rights because Jasper's going to be gone for a week. Couple the fact that Jasper's going to be gone for a week and Phil's talking about he only uses his car rarely and he only has to fill up his tank once every 2 months. Sounds kind of sus to me. Anyway, what do you think? I think these numbers are pretty hardcore fact, and the fact that Phil actually said that tells me that cat is gone. Now do me a favor, if you drop a comment in the video, please make sure to give this segment a name. We definitely need a name, okay? Alrighty folks, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.